there, Pisces, and welcome to your November. Oh my God, it's November already. November 2018 love reading with Divine Love Tarot. I want to welcome you to my channel, whether it's your first time or you're a return viewer or subscriber. If you are a subscriber, make sure that you have checked out the video I have for the giveaway this month, okay? I'll be picking the winner at the end of the month. So in the comments, actually I'll link that down below, okay? I'll pin a comment with the link to the giveaway. And also, the new things I'm doing on the channel, I've joined Chatalyze. So now you guys will have the opportunity to book live readings with me, okay? I'm starting off about 2 days a week, or 2 sessions a week. And then as the need grows, then I'll add more sessions. So make sure you guys have checked out my About page. It will always keep you up to date on what I'm doing. And also, the giveaway video, okay? So once again, I'll link that below. Just also keep in mind this is a general reading, okay? So it may not resonate with everybody. So if it isn't resonating with you, you may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, and even your Venus, because sometimes those planets are more prominent in your chart. All right, guys, so this is your monthly love reading. Okay, let's go ahead and... the Ten of Cups wants to come out, guys. What's going on, Pisces? The Ten of Cups is like, let me out. I want to come out. All right. Okay. Go ahead. All right. So the first card is going to represent your current energy. We've got the Five of Swords in the reverse. Okay. Next card represents what your challenge is. Death card. Next card represents what you're coming out of the past. Ten of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Next card, Ten of Cups was bound to come out. It was wanting to come out. It has something to say, guys. Okay. Next card represents your future energy, what you're moving into. The Hangman in the reverse. Okay, Pisces. Next card represents what you want. Five of Wands in the reverse. So you guys are kind of tired of fighting. You're tired of arguing, okay? Next card represents what's driving you, your internal factors. Empress in reverse. Next card represents what your advice is for this reading. Two of Wands in the reverse. Next card represents external factors. Four of Swords. Next card represents your hopes and your fears, Page of Cups in reverse. And next card is the outcome in the Emperor. Okay, Pisces. So, starting off with this Five of Swords. Hold on. Sometimes I just want to take a look at this. Take a look and get a good feel for what's going on here. All right, so with the Five of Swords in the reverse, your current energy, this is about putting the swords down, okay? So it's about, you know, releasing anything that causes conflict. It's about looking for solutions and compromise versus arguing. Okay, with the Five of Swords in the reverse, it's, you know, walking away from a fight. It's, you know, picking your battles, okay? Sometimes, even though we're right, you know, sometimes it doesn't help to harbor on the fact that you're right. And that's another indicator of the Five of Swords. It's someone who is, you know, being right to the detriment of the situation or the detriment of their relationship, okay? So let's go ahead and clarify this Five of Swords in the reverse. And we get the King of Wands in the reverse. So some of you may be, you know, wanting to end things and fighting with the fire sign. Okay, it could be a Leo. Could be a Sagittarius. King of Wands could be Sagittarius or Scorpio. I take that back. And then any other fire sign. But someone who's got that fiery temper, fiery nature. But also, the King of Wands is in reverse here. So it's telling me that there's been some type of manipulating behavior going on, okay? So maybe you're tired of the conflicts, but maybe somebody else has been manipulating, and that's why you're tired, okay? Someone who may be controlling, someone who has a hot temper, someone who's, maybe you are worrying about somebody else's opinion, okay? Maybe you're dealing with somebody who is stubborn, all right? But whatever the case may be, whoever this person may be, if it is a person, if it's not a person, then it just represents that you are tired of fighting because you're kind of worn out with this King of Wands in the reverse, all right? You're worn out and you're over it. What your challenge is, so for some of you, you may be dealing with a Scorpio. So all my Pisces Scorpios, or cross watchers, leave me a comment, shout me out. But the Death card here is saying that your challenge is that you need to go through some type of transformation, or there are changes that are happening, changes to the situation that you need to keep up with. And there's no point in harping on the fact that you may be right, okay? But also with the Death card, your challenge may be that something is over, okay? And maybe it's just hard for you to deal with. Look at this King of Wands. Like, I've never seen a more sad and defeated looking King of Wands, okay? This guy's really contemplating a lot. So for some of you, this just may be that a situation has ended and your challenge is to move on, to move away, to get over it, all right? Let's go ahead and clarify the Death card. Ooh, he's back, Pisces. Why? For some of you, it's hard to walk away from this person. Even if they're manipulative, even if they're controlling, it may be difficult for you to walk away from them because you are waiting for some sort of change, or maybe they told you that they were different. They told you were changing and you're waiting for that change, Pisces. It's difficult for you to walk away from someone because you're just very drawn to them. Okay, you're very drawn. You may be addicted. There may be some type of karmic lesson or bond between the two of you. With the Death card, we have codependency here. There's just that something that has you either feeling trapped in this situation, or you just feel like you just can't leave. You can't get out. You can't get away from this situation. All right, moving on to the past. You're coming out of this Ten of Cups. So with the Ten of Cups, yes, it could be sadness. Yes, it could be disappointments and, broken breakups, situations like that. But also the Ten of Cups represents being overly hopeful, overly optimistic, overly idealistic, overly romanticizing a situation. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify that. And we got the Temperance. The Temperance is about harmony. It's about finding harmony, okay? The harmony isn't necessarily ready-made. It's about finding the balance that leads to harmony, correct? But the Temperance card can also indicate that you felt like someone is the one. So for those of you who feel like this person is the one, that's why it's so difficult for you to possibly move on from this person. All right, for others of you, I feel like maybe this is a new person that's entering, but for others, I feel like this is someone that you've, had an ongoing situation with, whether it's a marriage, or whether it's just, dating, whether this is someone that comes in and out of your life. But coming out of that energy, you felt like this person was the one, and you may have been very hopeful and overly optimistic about this situation, okay? For others of you, you were trying to find balance with this person. You were trying to find harmony with somebody that, you weren't really having a Ten of Cups connection with, okay? So despite the fact that there was sadness there, despite the fact that there was disappointments, you were still trying to find some type of balance. For some of you, this may also indicate that you're dealing with a Sagittarius, okay? Now, we're going to move on to the future energy. And we've got the Hanged Man. Okay, Pisces? The Hanged Man in reverse. And it's about, sometimes feeling like you've been a victim, or playing that victim role, playing that victim card. Sometimes it also indicates being stubborn, okay? like being overly dramatic when you've been hurt, okay? The Hangman in the reverse is not really dealing with the path before him, okay? Let's go ahead and clarify this. We got the King of Cups. So, you know, maybe there's someone coming into this situation, coming into your life that is, you know, very romantic, very loving, very kind, very compassionate, okay? The flip side to the King of Cups, though, is that sometimes he tends to be aloof. He tends to be more romantic in his head. You know, he can fantasize about a situation more than he can be present in a situation. So when I see the King of Cups with the Hanged Man in reverse, there may be a situation where, you know, someone's not necessarily showing their emotions. They're kind of internalizing everything, okay? That could be your energy, Pisces, or you could be dealing with someone who's doing that, or who, you know, in the future, someone who is not really showing their emotions. They're there, but they are, you know, kind of, like I said, more fantasizing it than experiencing things, okay? For some of you, a King of Cups is coming into your life. So even though you may feel like, you know, you've been done wrong, especially if we're, you know, talking about this particular situation here, but even though you might be being stubborn, someone's going to come along and try to, you know, kind of change that for you. All right? Moving on to what you want. You want to stop fighting. You want to stop fighting. You want to stop competing. You want to stop, you know, being in a situation with someone who may have other options, okay? But I feel like here, you know, let's clarify it to see if it's fighting, if it's versus competition, all right? Because the Five of Wands can represent, in the reverse, can represent, you know, an ending of arguments, an ending of conflict. It can also indicate that, you know, I think I've already said it with the multiple options. Yeah, Three of Cups. You are tired. I think you want to be the only one, okay? You don't want to be in a situation where there are other people involved, okay? And it could be a situation with this King of Wands reverse type devil energy that you're dealing with someone who may have multiple options, okay? And I think that whether you've just found that out or whether you've known that all this time, that, you know, going forward, you don't want to be a part of that situation anymore. Okay, the Empress is driving you. The Empress in reverse. Okay, a lack of comfort, a lack of nurturing, a lack of love is driving you. Okay, you feel like maybe this person is neglecting you, or you're feeling neglected, Pisces. Or if it's not particularly this person, just in general, you're not feeling like yourself. You're not embracing yourself and your power. So when the Empress is in reverse, it just leaves you demagnetized, right? The Empress is a polarizing person. She's magnetizing. She draws people to her. People love being around her because she's so warm and loving and caring. Relationship wise, it means that you and your either your partner is adoring you, they're nurturing you, they're just loving on you, or vice versa, okay? So when it's in the reverse, all of that's lacking. Also, the Empress in reverse can indicate that you are the other woman, okay? If you're not the other woman, that there is another woman, and that's what's motivating you to maybe, you know, put the swords down and be like, I'm done with this situation. All right, go ahead and clarify that. We got the Hanged Man. Okay, Pisces. So yeah, you know how you got here. So maybe, you know, this can indicate that you've known all along that there were other people, but going forward, you're like, no more. And you know, the devil's here to test you. The devil's here to try you because he's in your challenge, right? What's crossing you, what's challenging you. So I feel like if you were dealing with someone who, you know, has that kind of energy, or even if you're just dealing with someone who has a lot of people pursuing them also, they may not be interested. I think you're just tired of the whole situation. You're tired of hearing about it. You're tired of seeing about it. And, you know, maybe this person is enjoying that attention, you know. So that could be your energy, Pisces. You might be the person who has a lot of people after you, or it could be someone else. But I feel like you've got the Hanged Man here, okay? So you, like I said, you know how you got to this point, okay? And there, you know, it could be that you are someone who is in love with love. You know, the Hangman is someone who is kind of idealistic also. So because I know this Ten of Cups in reverse is down here, you know, you may be someone who is idealistic. You may be a romantic at heart, okay? I mean, you are Pisces. This is your card, okay? So, you know, for those of you who've been in a long-term relationship, you're at like that crossroads moment, right? It's like do or die. It's like, okay, you know, if things are going to go forward, that's great, but we're not going to go forward with the way it is now, okay? Also, moving back to this Three of Cups, with the combination of the Five of Wands in reverse and the Three of Cups, you may be tired of fighting. The Three of Cups doesn't always indicate third parties. It may just be that you feel like you want to have a little bit more fun. All right. So the Three of Cups shows up when it's time to go out. It's time to, you know, tackle the social world, your social life, some events. So for my singles who haven't really been doing much, this is your time to kind of get out and mingle, okay? Get out and date. And that's what you want. You want that energy of having people around, of being involved in things. So if it's not a situation where you're dealing with someone who has other options and you're tired of it and you want to be the only one, I think it's more about you getting out and meeting people, okay? Or getting out with your partner and doing things to get out of this little rut that you guys seem to be in right now, okay? It's like, okay, we're done fighting. We're done arguing. What's next? Well, now it's time to get out and enjoy each other. Get out and do some things, okay? Moving on to your advice, we've got the Two of Wands in the reverse. So with the Two of Wands in the reverse, I think it's about making this decision, okay? And being clear about what it is that you want also. It's about not being hasty also. You know, it's like, sometimes we want to end things. Sometimes we want things to be over, but sometimes there's just another way to do it, okay? It's like see another way to do things. And so sometimes ending a situation isn't necessarily the way to go. Like I said, if there's a situation where you guys have been stagnant, then it's time to get out and get your social life going, okay? With each other. If you're single, with yourself or with your friends, all right? But, you know, it's like find some other options. Find some other ways to deal with your situation other than, you know, kind of ending it, all right? What else do we want to say about the Two of Wands? I think that's it. Moving on to external factors, we've got the Four of Swords. So for my singles, it just may be the calm before the storm. There may not be anything really going on. You know, if you're dating or if you're in a relationship, you know, the other person may not really be engaging right now, or they're taking kind of a break, quote unquote, from you. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify that. And we've got the Four of Wands in reverse. So for some of you, this is definitely indicating that there's a breakup here, okay? Or the other person may want to break up, or they're taking a break because they just feel like you guys are not connecting, okay? And you know, the Four of Wands, it's temporary. It's a pause. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's a severe breakup. But for you, Pisces, I feel like that lack of connection, that lack of attention, right, with this King of Swords here, that lack of motivation coming from that other person makes you decide that you kind of want to end things, even though it's hard because there's such a great attraction there. There's such a strong bond. When I say great, I don't mean good. I mean, like, it's just strong. It's overwhelming. So you're just kind of in this place where, you know, you're kind of hanging out right now because you're not feeling the love, but at the same time, you're just not able to move away. And that's why I feel like it's just time to try another option. All right. Going on to your hopes and fears. you're afraid that, you know, this person may be immature, or you're afraid of, you know, emotional immaturity, whether it's coming from you or whether it's coming from the other person. You know, you're afraid of a lack of love. You're afraid of love not being expressed to you. You're afraid of things being over with the world here, okay? The world represents completion. The world represents, especially for long-term relationships, it can indicate that, you know, it's the end of a phase, the end of a cycle. But sometimes the end of that chapter is the end of an era, is the end of the relationship, okay? That's your hopes and your fears, though. And once again, that ties into your intuition. So Pisces, make sure you're following your intuition. Okay, now we're ending here with the Emperor. The Emperor is about gaining control of a situation. The Emperor is about balancing your heart and your mind, okay? Not letting your heart lead, you know, using some logic here. Also, the Emperor can indicate an Aries, okay? And the Pisces-Aries connection has been there. So, you know, if you're part of that, guys, once again, leave me a comment, let me know. But also, the Emperor could represent someone who is older, someone who's, you know, very self-controlled, very self-possessed, coming into your situation. So for my singles, you may meet someone who's a little bit older, but he's very mature, and he's, you know, he or she is very mature, and they're willing and ready to take care of you, okay? Clarify that we got the Queen of Swords, okay? So this could be someone who is an air sign. If not, with this Queen of Swords energy, it's someone that maybe they're very logical, okay? They're very intellectual. They're going to need some intellectual stimulation. Maybe that's you. Maybe you, Pisces, need someone to come in who's going to stimulate you. I think others, though, this can indicate the friend zone. And we've got the Three of Cups here. So for some of you, I think you just want to be friends with this person, all right? And, you know, that's fine. Sometimes you need to move situations to the friendship zone, because I feel like once you have a good friendship, maybe you can go back and revisit the relationship if it's something where this is not a long-term relationship or a commitment, okay? If this is a long-term relationship or a commitment, I think there's just going to be some clarity. When we see the the Queen of Swords, she's about clearing the air. She's about clearing things up. So I think that if there's been some mess going on before, if there's been some, you know, fighting or some bickering, or you guys just not being on the same page, when I see the Queen of Swords come in, she's here to clean it up. So it's time for some honest conversations. It's time for some, you know, truth, the cold hard truth. Queen of Swords can also represent someone who's been single, you know. So, you know, for those of you who are in a relationship that you're thinking about ending, you know, you could be single at the end of this because you've gained control of yourself. You've gained control of the situation, and you know what you want, and you're like, this is it. All right. And for some of you, that's when you get to that point is always when the Emperor shows up, right? So that has been the reading. I'm now back to doing extended readings. So when I do the extended readings, I clarify different portions. We get more information about this reading. So if you're interested in that, there will be a link below of how you can access it. You can also access it through my websites, okay? And once again, check out the About section if you're having troubles finding anything. Everything about my channel and how you can get in touch with me is going to be on the About Me section of my YouTube page. All right, guys, so that has been November. Pisces, remember, try to find another way to deal with things. You know, running away and ending things is not always the answer. And I'll see you guys at the next reading. Bye.